Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Basically, if you didn't watch the intro video, this is going to be a 3 to 6 month review of Myoadapt, the app created by Dr. Milo and Dr. Pack. And basically, I'm going to see if science-based lifting is worth the hype and should you invest in his app essentially. A bit about my background, I've basically just been running power building programs for as long as I can remember. Haven't really done anything over 5 to 6 reps. I've benched 200 kilos. I've had a lot of success with strength. However, with muscle, I have plateaued over the past 2 years and I've just been spinning my wheels, regular bulks and cuts, and haven't really been progressing anything. So I'm just trying to see where I can get with science-based lifting and does it have anything to offer that I can't actually do myself. Basically, a little bit about this bulk is I'm going to be starting off from this point. This is currently how we're looking. Lean enough that I have visible abs and decent arms. I'm weighing in at 95 kilos. Yeah, this will be the set point. And if I don't look like Chris Bumstead or Kevin LeBron,
I'm gonna cry
after the end of the 6 months, I'm gonna be pissed and I'm going to ask Milo Wolf for a refund, and yeah, that'll be it. However, if this works, I will sing his praises and you will hear me preach nothing but science-based lifting. Now through this, I'm going to be working with a partner most days. Say hi.
Hello.
I'm going to be training to failure on almost every single set and partner-assisted lengthened partials towards the end of my reps where I can fit them in as much as possible. This will be the ultimate challenge for the bros, seeing if I can really outdo just the Sam Sulek approach of just eat big and lift heavy. Just to give you guys a little look into the app, as I don't think anyone's actually done a proper review on Myoadapt thus far. Basically every exercise here is optimized to be working in lengthened partials or be the most efficacious with the program that you decide to work with. We have deficit push-ups, 5 sets for 5 to 10 reps. I don't think I've ever done a deficit push-up in my life. So it's already good to see something different than what I would program, because if it was something that I would already be doing, then, well, what's the use? I am fully committed to doing this as well. Like, I'm going to change the programming as little as possible. I might change exercise order a slight bit, but other than that, the exercises, I'm going to keep them as they are designed through the app to really give it the best chance it has to work. To get 5 to 10 reps, obviously I can do more than that. Body weight wise, I'm going to MacGyver a setup here with the cables and 2 benches to try and make this a weighted exercise where I can get 5 to 10 reps. We've got our first exercise, which is dips. Now we've got this for 5 to 10 reps, and as you can see, the app shows you how to perform the movement as well as the estimated duration and the amount of calories that you should burn during that workout, which is great if you're on a cut or a bulk. For me, I just came off a cut, so that works really, really well and just makes it an easy way to track my calories. Now, this is already so much different than what I would do when structuring my workout. I'm not gonna lie, every single chest day I've ever, or push day I've ever hit for my past 5 years has always started off with a flat bench. So to start off with the dips is wild to me. A quick warm up and then work our way up to a weight where we can do 5 to 10 reps. Now, everything that I'm gonna be doing is going to be kind of in line with Milo's principles of long length partials. So where I can, towards the ends of my set, I've also got a lifting partner with me to do some assisted lengthened partials. I'm also going to be just focusing on the stretch in my movements. Now, I'm not gonna do a super slow eccentric. I'm gonna do, as Milo recommends, a controlled eccentric, focusing on the long length partial with explosive concentric. And back up. We're going to start off with 30 kilos, just because I think that's a good place to start for me, and then work my way up or down from there. This gives you the option to, when you start the session. So we have the option to start our first set, and then from there, once we've completed it, we can log our weight and reps. Whew. That was 10 reps with 30 kilos. And I'm gonna try and keep all my reps like that. We might go up slightly for the next set. So if we come back to the app, we can log that set. So how much additional weight did we use? And we used 30 kilos and we hit 10 reps. And then we can also put in any additional notes. And then you just go log set. And obviously this is the first time we're using this app, so everything's gonna be a record for us. We also got a pre-programmed rest period. And then it also has the estimated number of reps, that we're gonna get with the next one. So we'll see how accurate that is. All right. And there we got a notification that it's time to hit our next set. 30 kilos again.
You beat the app, you did 8.
Yeah. How many reps did we get?
8.
8 reps. We're gonna chuck on an extra 5 kilos to that weight.
How much reps does it say you've got in your next?
It says I'll do 6.
Oh, big boy can
So
do
these rest periods are so short, or at least what it feels like compared to my normal rest sets. I've traditionally always trained as a power builder, so not really focusing on powerlifting, but at the same time, I would say I've been focusing more so on my strength than hypertrophy. So I feel like this is gonna be a great example to see if there is much difference in the outcomes for training for strength versus hypertrophy. Little partial at the end there. Do Milo proud.
You did 7.
Technically it was 6.
No, you did 7.
I did 7.
Unless I'm just really bad at counting tonight.
We'll go one less, and on the side of caution, 35 kilos for, 6 reps. This is already something I'm really, really loving, as I don't normally track my sets and reps that meticulously. So looking back, the only thing I really think I have records for, like video evidence for my sets and reps, would be my PRs. My chest is really pumped. It's got estimated 5 reps. Gives me a bit of a challenge too, trying to beat the app.
Go. You almost did 7.
I did not have 7. 6 reps. The app, according to Milo, is meant to always constantly be updating based on what the newest literature has to offer regarding volumes, rest times, sets, reps, and training intensity. So it should be able to take all of that out of the equation for us that normally live those busier lives and don't have the time or finances to hire a PT that's going to do all that stuff for us. I am a registered nurse. I work in acute care, and I constantly get smashed by shift work. So it's good to have something that I don't have to put much effort coming into here. There's not much thinking going into it on my end. All right, we got 5. A little bit of a cheat with the bounce out of the bottom with that one, but on to our next exercise. But as you can see, we've done our 5 sets. And you can see there the weight we used plus our body weight and the amount of reps we've done. So we'll move on to the next exercise now. Right now we have a seated machine shoulder press. This one we currently lets me get really, really good depth. It is my first time doing a seated machine shoulder press, I'm not gonna lie. So I normally just do military press. So yeah, we'll give this a go.
Are you needing me for this one?
Absolutely.
As in,
Yep.
I have to, okay.
Yep. Right. Okay, it's way too late. Good job, babe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I can go much heavier. Is this a good weight?
No, too late. All right, we're gonna log that set. Yep. Guess that is a good weight. We got
Where are
9
you?
reps. Machine on this machine, so we are doing of 70 kilos in terms of just regular weights, and whatever the heck this thing weighs, probably 10, 15 kilos. So 80, 85 kilos, but I'm just gonna count the plates just because if I do end up using a different machine, I just want to calculate it based on the weight. Alrighty, let's do this. Yep. Whew. All right, we got 6 reps with this 70 kilos. So last one was 60, not 30. It was 30 aside. And then the first one was 40. All right, we got 2 sets left. We're gonna stick with this weight. I do have a little bit of a shoulder injury I am nursing, so I'm gonna be doing some rehab for this at the end. I already did a bit of a warm up for it, but I am doing some exercises really to focus on healing it. Now, Myoadapt does take into account any injuries. It asks you always at the end if you were injured or do you have an injury. Definitely feels like bodybuilding training. Yep, oh me. 6 reps to go. On to our, oh no, we only had 4 sets for that exercise. Now, onto an incline bench press. On to the next exercise. Now, we are on to incline dumbbell bench press. Now, I'm not gonna lie, shoulders are a little dinged up, so we're gonna go a little bit lighter on these. Fortunately for me, these are in the 10 to 15 reps, so they're meant to be a little bit lighter. I already feel, I don't know if it is the new style of training or the fact that I've switched up my exercises. I feel so pumped. Like, the pump I have right now is crazy, and I have not taken any pre-workouts because it is 12:14, and after this we're going to bed. Just give these a spin, especially after shoulder press. All right, not gonna lie, felt a little unsteady, but that's just how my shoulder is right now. 17 reps with 25s. We're gonna move up probably to, might go to 30s. Used to be a really, really good incline dumbbell presser. However, since I moved on to more incline barbell presses, I haven't done this exercise for forever. 3 to 6 months, gonna hopefully notice a night and day difference in my physique, but I gotta say, I already feel super pumped for this chest day. I guess that's the sign I need to take it back for the next set. 9 reps with the 30s. Feel like I'm gonna get flamed for that number. Distracted by the mirror. Damn, these feel heavy. This is gonna be the heaviest 27 kilos has ever felt. 9 again. I guess that shows how little I've done incline dumbbell press. 27.5 for 9 reps. Oh guys, we're not doing them proud. We have not hit those 10 to 15 reps, we're one shy. But all right, last set. That was it. Okay. So for our last exercise, 4 sets of overhead tricep extensions with my lifting partner here. We're struggling a lot. What do you mean you can't do it? It's too much science in this episode. You didn't even budget, did you? How many reps am I? Where's your phone? We did 12 reps with that. Might need to go a little lighter on the final set. Not happening. I only got 8 for that. We're gonna go down 2 plates. Did not expect to be so humbled. That was 7. That is it, is the end of the session. So basically after you finish, it'll ask you to rate how difficult your session was. For me, I put down that it was definitely difficult. It'll ask you if you were injured during a session, yes or no, and then you can submit it. Then after that, you get to see all your stats and it all gets logged. It shows you how long it took, the PRs you hit, the amount of sets you hit, and the amount of calories you burnt. And then it shows you the muscles you targeted and how many sets per muscle group. So it's definitely one of the best tracking apps out there. Really keen to see how this is all going to add up for my total volume for the week and how that's going to progress throughout my training block with this app. A quick little physique update for how we're looking at the start of this. Again, 95 kilos, just finished my cut. I'm not gonna lie, I've been sick for the past couple of days, so I've had a bit of a cheeky cheat day, or cheat couple of days, I should say. So yeah, this is how we're looking with the pump, singlet on. I must say this is probably one of the most pumped I've felt. Relax, this is how we're looking. Just a quick little bit of posing. We hit push, so we're going to show off the chest. And yeah, keen to see where the physique goes from here. I might take this off your hands. But yeah, so this is the starting point. Yeah, love the first session, and I'll see you guys all later, hopefully in the next episode. Hopefully you all decide to follow along. I'm hoping to get better at talking to the camera and being on camera as this series progresses. Stay tuned. Bye.